Today is Wednesday, May 8th. It's 10 minutes before 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern. Market opens in 40 minutes. We'll come back to this chart and take a look at all the trades in the E-minis based off the levels in the spiders after the market closes. See you then. This recap video is a little later than usual. Had an event after work. Lasted several hours, just got back to the office. So to show what happened today at the three levels that the spiders hit, I'm going to go ahead and adjust the levels and talk through the ideal trades if you're playing by the rules, and then we'll watch the recording of what I did. Now we're just looking at the three levels the spiders hit, and each level is adjusted with a 5-cent buffer as price came into the level. So if you were playing by the rules today, it would have been pretty simple, just required some patience and some just diligence to sticking to the rules. So like this, not that you know all the rules at this point, but 5:15.88 was right pretty much where the spiders were at 9:45. They were right below it by 2 pennies. So the 9:45 candle closed at 5:15.86. So I'll just tell you now that the proper thing to do is not guess where they're going, just leave it alone, because they could fall. I took the level off that was down here. What I envisioned happening is them hitting this, pulling down, and then satisfying this level here, bouncing off of it and going up from that point. So I actually sold short, and it was obviously wrong, as you can tell. They went up, and I was out of the money, so I scrambled. Had I left this alone, the day would have ended a little better. It wasn't bad. I was above water, but we'll talk about that when we get there. So if you had left this trade alone, the next level with the level adjusted with the 5-cent buffer is 5:16.69, and they did not get there. They got 1 penny short of triggering that trade and gave it, like you can see, that's the trade. So they gave it when it's that close, and they pull away, gave a base hit. I'm not going to take it again. So this is off the table at this point, and it's up to you whether you want to take a recycle. Clearly, this level was respected the rest of the day. Don't think I would have, just because that's not how I typically trade these. It depends on other scenarios, and I really wasn't looking for this to be a trade later on. Anyway, long story short, this was a very viable short trade, and that you would have had one base hit for the day. And I took these trades, but we'll talk through it when we watch the recording. So you recall I said that I went short here. So notice the clock, it's 9:45 right there, and I just sold short at the market because that's where they were. And they never gave me anything. They kept pulling up. So you can see the reference levels on the chart. Want them to pull back. They did not do that. So once they got above this 5:16.28, my line in the sand, I'm looking to sell again, sell one more contract. I was just short one here, so I'd sell another one here, and hopefully at the average of those two levels, pull a base hit from there. So let's scrub ahead, and we'll take a look at that one. So there we go. Sold short there. So now I'm short 2, looking for a base hit of just the 4 points, and didn't get that. They came close, but did not give it to me. So then got a reversal signal. A little late to the party on that one. It would not have made a difference. I would have lost less money on the reversal. Still would have made a base hit, or when on the second part of that trade. So I'm long now. So I reversed. Hope I'm not confusing people too much here, but reversed, and essentially at this point I was just willing to go all the way up here and sell, in this case, 4 contracts. So I would satisfy the 2 long and then be short again, because I was willing to go short there. So that's what I did. I sold 4 there, which yielded a net 2 short, if that makes sense, since I was long 2 at that point. So that gave me the base hit. So all in all, if you're following along here, lost money, gained some money on the reversal, gained some money on the, well, you'll see it right. Well, okay, sorry. I guess I'm getting ahead of myself. I went ahead and bought back 1 and then trailed the other part of this. So I gained a few more points on this, and that's why, like I said earlier, a little more complicated than it needed to be. Got a few more points out of this. I can't remember how far down it came, but all I can tell you is at the end of the day, I had a whopping $37 with all this mess and back and forth. So ended above water. I was in the green, but not by much. If I just kind of stuck to the rules and taken the 1 base hit, I would have had the base hit, and maybe probably would have sold 1 contract up there for a couple $100. But anyway, whatever. It was what it was. and I knew better than to complicate things. And I guess the biggest lesson to, just to reiterate here is that just kind of making an assumption at that first level. Let's go back to it so I can show it to you. Just taking a guess that they would this would be resistance, and I could get the short here because when they're at the level, you don't really know. And I was wrong this time. Did not get the short trade, and so you saw what happened. And I sold at the market here. I did not have this as a trigger, so I was actually in this trade playing by the rules. If you were to only allow this trade to trigger automatically when the spiders hit 516.69, this would not have triggered because they were penny short. A little bit of a heartbreaker if you were, if you ignored this one, because you would have missed the base hit there. Anyway, I guess I'm repeating myself here. One base hit, playing by the rules, a bunch of back and forth and wasted trades, and not even a point with what I got. But it is what it is. Sometimes you have those days. Let's take a look at the tracking log and wrap this thing up. The first log is playing by the rules strictly, where you would have ignored the first one, not triggered the second one because of the near miss, and got a base hit on the last level, the highest one up. You would have had 4 points. What I did was kind of a mess. You saw it all. But anyway, I averaged in the bottom two levels, got a fumble, got a base hit on the, more than a base hit on the reversal because I took it up to the next level and sold there, then trailed part of the position down. So essentially slightly better than a wash for me. So those were the trades. I don't know if you learned anything complex and confusing than usual, but sometimes that happens. Anyway, hope you found this interesting. Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. We'll do this again tomorrow. Have a great day.